How's it going again? This is a follow-up video. I realized in my previous Witch Doctor video, I did not cover some of the Paragon stuff, which is extremely necessary to know, at least for some of the aspects of this build. So let's go into that real quick, and I'm also going to show you a bit of how this plays. I'll try my best. Again, forgive me if the video quality is not up to snuff, but it's just because my video card is currently not the greatest. So let's go into the Paragon. We already covered all this stuff in the previous video, so if you have any questions about skills or any of that stuff, that's all in the previous video, which I am publishing tonight as well. So let's go into Paragon. So right now I'm 84, which is not the greatest, but it gives you a lot of room to make your own build and kind of customize. This feature is one of my favorite things about this expansion. Diablo is in dire need of a change like this, and it allows you to get back to your roots from D1 and D2, customizing your skills, doing all that stuff, and not being kind of stuck into a generic World of Warcraft style level up system, which is really, really awesome. But anyway, you have a couple different talent trees up here. Core, offense, defense, utility, each of which has its own set. If you guys are watching this, I'm assuming that you've already played. But you have a couple things to choose from. For this Witch Doctor build, I'll briefly just make a synopsis of what it's about, and just in case you haven't watched the other video. Effectively, I cast a lot of spells, summon little dudes, and summon more little dudes with Fetish Army and Fetish Sycophants, and just destroy with mass AoE group area damage and fire bombs. So that's effectively what the build's about. A little glass canny, but also glass cannony, but also very good for survivability, using some of the other abilities that I covered in the previous video. But anyway, so let's go into Paragon. Core, for core, I just do straight up int boost. 105, you get 5 per point, which is really good. Check it out. I mean, if you need more life, I mean, if it's not that great of an option, doesn't really give you a whole lot of life per point spent. The other one that's kind of neat is movement speed. I feel like when we start to get into higher Paragon levels, advancing further, I think movement speed would be awesome to do, especially for farming and all that good stuff. The last one down here I think is different for everybody. Max mana is not really necessary for this build. So moving on to offense here, we have crit hit damage, 100%, all my points into that. It allows you to do a lot more, damage on crit, obviously. But for crit chance, we already have over 50, so it's not going to really improve that too much, as it only goes up by increments of 0.1. These guys go up by 1% per point, so very awesome.
Just so you know.
Again, for glass cannon stuff. Attack speed's also pretty good for this build. I kind of messed around with half and half, but you summon more fetishes with this guy. You do more damage, which I found to be more, useful with this one. Defense, I got a little bit of life here, 7 points into that. Gives you 3.5% for 7 points. If you want to put more into that, that's up to you. But I prefer to have resist all. 70 right now with 14 points spent. Allows you to get past those annoying frozen orbs and poison plus signs and multiplication signs, which go on the ground everywhere. So it allows you to kind of combat that a little bit, especially in these higher difficulties. And then last but not least, for utility, I'm doing straight area damage. That's one of the reasons why, if we open this up, area damage is at 32%. It's just too good not to have for this build, because you're doing a lot of area. Like I said, you hit stuff around you with fire bats. It might not be the target, but anything around it's getting hit. Also, piranhas do more damage with this. It's just good. If you were running into like mana issues, that's this guy. I mean, not really too bad of an ability, but not necessary for this. And life on hit's another good one though. It gives you survivability, but for now I think we have enough survivability with the build that we don't really need to go into life on hit at the moment. So that's that. And like I said, I'll do a little bit. Right now we're on Torment 3. So let's go in. We'll just do something here. Hopefully we can find a couple elite packs. I guess we'll just go to Field 3. Now this is not going to just nuke everything all at once. It's about building up. So we'll go in here, cast. cast, you know, your soul harvest. You see how fast stuff's dying. You'll see some white hits going for 2-3 mil. Try to avoid those guys if you can. And then cast your dudes, because you get all the... Throw some fire bombs in there. You can see these fetishes are ticking for lots and lots of damage. And I don't even have a Grave Injustice up. So you can see pretty easy white mobs. Don't let them hit you if you can. But all these little guys, let's see, so all my Legion died, right? So I just used Fetish Army. But look at all these little fetishes that are still fighting, tanking, doing huge amounts of damage for me right there. So that's like a white pack. Maybe you can find an elite pack. A little bit harder, but I have had good luck. Cast the piranhas, suck them all in. Look at that damage. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. At least with what items and abilities we have right now. So, works well. See how I got at least 8 or 10 of these little dudes now? Very useful. This thing is great for not only the area damage. I mean, you can see these guys just burning up, man. I'm hitting for 2-3 mil crits, or no, 3 mil white hits. It looked like there. But really, really awesome. So let's go. I'm trying to find I'm gonna try to find a elite pack here. Let's see what we got. Nothing there. Let's just kill these guys quick. NATO is so good. I know I said you can, you know, for single target you might want to swap it out, but for multi-target, even with elites, just it is too good not to use. Gets everything crowd controlled for you, everything in one place. You know, while we're looking here, another cool thing about Reaper, make sure, you know, you're going to want to craft a lot, so make sure you are picking up, at least when you first start, make sure you are picking up all the map materials. All the map materials are going to be really important. Can't stress that enough. I crafted a lot of this stuff, enchanting, huge. So make sure you're taking that stuff along. You see these little fetishes tearing through stuff. Where the heck is it elite? I'm just going to run away from these guys, try to find one so this video doesn't go on forever. Reflection. Now those fetishes are on a 60-second timer with fetish settlement, so no life. It's just they go in, you destroy it for 60 seconds, give you a lot of damage. Looks like my fetish army is up. Let's see how they're tanking everything for me. I don't have to do. I have to use a couple potions here and there, but it's really easy to recover from. And then you can just pop your soul harvest. Get stack scan. Looks like you're getting the stack. Not very good pop there. And bats just hits for stupid amounts. That lightning was the smite from the Sky Splitter.
Not ready yet.
Where the heck, man? Come on. Run into a lead pack right as soon as... Oh, see? That's what you don't want to happen. I had a couple things on cooldown that I didn't take a look at, but... So, some sustainability, you just don't want to stop moving. You know, you want to dodge the stuff that you can dodge, and then use Piranha to kind of control these guys. So, I should have actually done this beast. But your fetishes also take the beast charge damage, especially in Act 1, where you see these guys all the time, and in some rifts, they hurt a lot. You can see, I mean, this is 3, and I'm getting hit a couple of times pretty hard here, but overall, it's mainly these guys with the spears, and you can kind of firebomb around them. That's another. Oh, well, that's that. Let's see. We're just gonna revive a checkpoint and see if we can find a lead pack here. And it looks like my fetishes are almost up. Let's see how I can kind of bounce back with Healing Journey. I might get really close to death here for a second just to show you. But you know, like Healing Journey plus your potion plus all these other things like Light Cloaks. I'm not seeing a whole lot of them drop, but if they were, Gruesome sure you always aim for these, because look how fast I just got healed up. I had no health. No health there for a second. And you won't get the bonus all the time, but when you get it, it's... Let's see if we can kill this treasure goblin. And piranhas also stop treasure goblins, at least temporarily. You can kind of firebomb if, like, say you're fighting a goblin, you can kind of firebomb. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat him because he got too far away from me. Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but that's okay. If this is lagging at all, I just wanted to show you a little bit of how to play. But you see how often these fetishes spawn. It's ridiculous. They come all the damn time. And you get so many of them, and they are so good for tanking and damage. Let's see. Maybe they'll be elite in here. Plus, it's on the anyway. So let's just go in here, see if we can find elite. Now remember, I get a bonus towards elites from the one thing I have. Bloody Black Blood, I don't really care about those guys. Pick these pools up too, they really do add a lot of experience. But yeah, see, I'm right in the middle of everything. Piranha NATO is just dragging these things in here. I'm doing messed up amounts of damage to everything around me. Fetishes are everywhere. So that's pretty much what you want to happen right there. Especially with these mobs. Like if you're surrounded, you want to be able to pop that army and do that stuff. Yeah, I've noticed though on Torment 2 and 3, I have not seen as many legendaries. I don't know if this is like a known thing, because I haven't done a whole lot of research about it. But I have not actually gotten the drop rate and the quality as well. 2 and 3. It does give you ridiculous amounts of XP though. Oh, here we go. Looks like you have an elite pack somewhere. And Thunderstorm is my least favorite ability. So let's try to not die here for a second. Even if we do die, let's just die here. We'll knock some of these smaller mobs out at our revive, and then probably be able to take him down right after that. Now let's see what he is. Let's see what he was. Definitely Thunderstorm. But as soon as you get out of a revive, just start casting bats. You're going to want as many of these fetishes as possible. Nightmarish. Grab the health globes if you can. Oh, too much damage around me. Now remember, like, this is a sustainability build, partially, but this is a lot of heavy hitting damage. Hopefully with improved gear, with more, you know, VIT, all that other stuff, a lot more damage mitigation. Just not dying as much. But with the new gold system, oops, not stand in those. This is a bad fight. Nope, I should have done it down. Let's just spirit walk away. How about that?
Not ready yet.
A little bit of damage to those guys. We'll go back, repair, and then take out this lead. Normally it's not that, like, it doesn't go this way.
I am returning to
I think it's because it's such close quarters with a lot of AoE damage. So let's just go heal quick and figure it out. If you didn't watch the other video, I have over 400 health, which is pretty good. Again, you're seeing how much these things hit for. They're all trucks, even white mobs. So make sure you're down and stuff as fast as you can. Now, I'll show you here with the bats. If you're not hitting stuff, little dudes do not summon as fast, but they will summon off of both of your abilities. So there's Guy. But yeah, so they will summon off both Firebomb and bats. If you're unfamiliar with the fetish passive. But you can see I got 3 of them, so this is good to start. But while you're fighting stuff, I've noticed a lot of the time you get a lot more dudes. Now I should wait for this to come back up, the army. Hopefully we can down some of these guys. Got that piranha. guys will not stay in the piranhas. It still stuns them temporarily, and actually drags them back to where you kind of want to be with them. But you can see these guys have, I can't really see it, but looks like an 8-digit health or a 7-digit health, and they go down pretty quick. There's our Resplendent. I don't think we actually killed that was a pretty crappy chest. I don't think we killed the big guy, so let's go kill the big guy. Again, you're still gonna want to avoid stuff. You can't just like stand, because like thunderstorm, especially stuff like this, the Nova or the frozen things, these things are gonna hurt immensely. And I think I just might have killed myself because of this area. But see how the fetishes can tank for you? This is impressive. They are doing all the hard work here, keeping these guys away from you. At least, oh, I think I'm done. Yep, but they keep them away from you. If this was a big open field, you could run away and then run back in with Spirit Walk, drop a Soul Harvest, and be ready to rock and roll. Now let's grab this health globe. Just start casting. Now these guys with like 3 AoE abilities are hard. They will hurt. It might take a couple times, but you can get your Firebomb tick going too. It kind of works like a dot, just because it's like that turret style damage. So if, say I'm like running away, I throw down a couple firebombs, and luckily there's healing wall right here. But if he follows you, most of the time they'll actually get distracted by your minions. But if he follows you, you just have trail damage, effectively. So if he comes with you, you got firebombs and all that other stuff there, and you're spawning more fetishes the whole time. Get that attack speed up. Oh. You can get more fetishes. But yeah, so not that bad. A couple deaths here and there. But, you know, again, this is a mix. This is about dealing as much damage as possible. Say you're with your buddy who's a barb. I personally roll with him. He can survive anything. So I'm more of like the damage. But overall, you can survive a lot of stuff with this build. So yeah, that's that. And once again, it's Jeff signing off. Thanks a lot, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video, okay? Hope it was helpful.